are here with Femke from Belgian Owl, the distillery in Belgium. Could you introduce yourselves to our readers and tell us something about the distillery?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Femke van der Vorst, working for the Owl Distillery since June 2016. And the reason why I joined the distillery is because we are ready for a great international adventure. So the distillery has been founded in 2000. Well, the brand exists, Belgian Owl exists since 2004. Etienne Bouillon, who's our master distiller and the creator of Belgian Owl, wanted to make a single malt whiskey with a very own identity that expresses the particular composition that we have in a region that we call the Hesbaye region. And even on a European level, it's a very rich terroir, as we say in Belgium. A very thick layer of soil for culture of our barley, and a very thick layer of limestone that filters the water before arriving in the water table. And at that moment, the water is very filtered and very pure. So the idea of Belgian Owl, and that's the reason why Etienne started in 2004, was to create a single malt whiskey that expresses this particular identity of our own region. So we work with 6 crop growers that grow the barley in a sustainable way for the distillery, for the Owl Distillery. That's the name of our distillery, the Owl Distillery. The brand is called Belgian Owl. And we buy the barley from them based on the fair trade principle. So we have a well in the garden of the distillery where we pour the water at 38 meters deep directly from the water table, and then these 6 crop growers, they grow the barley for us. So from 2004 until 2013, Etienne used very small pot stills. And our production capacity therefore was very low, and almost the total production, the whiskey that was available remained in Belgium, was sold in Belgium, and then still the distillery was out of stock 10 months out of 12. So there was this wish to increase the production capacity, and we have been very lucky because we were able to buy the old Caperdonich pot still. So Caperdonich was a distillery created in the 19th century, closed in 2002, and they are much bigger than the pot stills we used before, and they arrived in Belgium in 2013, so we are very lucky to have them.
So what does this mean for your capacity?
So yeah, an enormous step forward, because our wash still had a capacity of 550 liters before, and now we are at 11,000 liters. Our spirit still has a capacity of 8,000 liters, whereas the one we used before has a capacity of 450 liters. So we started to use them in 2013, and we bottled the very first Belgian Owl distilled by these stills in 2016, so the end of last year. And that is also the moment that allowed us to finally offer enough whiskey for our local market, our domestic market, and to start the development internationally. So that's why I'm in Mülheim an der Ruhr at Aquavitae. So there's one product that we like to talk about in the beginning. In fact, it is our spirit drink. It's the unaged distillate. It's not aged at all, not even for one day. So it runs out of the still, and we bottled it at 46%. So we use the water from our water table to lower the alcohol degree. And this is really what it's all about. We are very proud of our new make spirit. It's different. So we are not replacing anyone. We have our own identity, and we are very happy to be able to make a single malt whiskey out of this.
How would you describe it, taste-wise?
I would describe it as very subtle, very smooth, very fruity. If you, I think it's difficult to talk about tasting notes. I think it's very personal. But what I have really in my nose and in my mouth is apple, pear, and that's something what I hear a lot from other people as well. So let's use those tasting notes as the tasting notes of our spirit drink. Of course, there's something flowery as well, white flowers, and then the real taste of the malts. You can really find it back in the spirit drink, which is logic, of course. And I would say, if for us, our spirit drink, as I said, is our identity. People always tend to say, and we totally agree with that 60% of the taste of a whiskey comes from the wood. So that means that for us, aging is very important as well. But we really start at the beginning, using good ingredients, making a very delicate new make spirit, because the other 40% is not nothing. And we consider that if you want to make a good product, you need to start with a good base. So that's why we pay a lot of attention to the quality of the ingredients, and thanks to this particular region we are situated in, we have a lot of minerality in our ingredients, and it's thanks to these minerals that we become a very fruity and very flowery whiskey or new mixed spirit.
You have a third expression in the core range now, which is pretty strong, I would say.
Yeah.
Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, of course. So our core range, as we speak, consists of 2 bottles. So these 2, in fact. So our new make spirit, bottled at 46%, the unaged distillate, and the single malt whiskey, aged during 36 months. We like to do it a little bit differently, also to speak a little bit differently at the Owl Distillery. Bottled at 46% without any chill filtering, without adding artificial coloring. So that's as we speak. In a few months we will launch our 4-year-old whiskey, and we are about to bottle 2 single casks, one at cask strength and another one at 46%. Now this bottle is indeed a cask strength version. As you see, the alcohol volume is very high, and that's because we do not add water to the new make spirit before we start the aging process. So the new make spirit at its natural degree, we put it in the cask as such. So that means that when we empty the barrels, the volume is much higher. So now this particular bottle is part of a private collection of the distillery. It's called the Private Angels. It's part of the very first casks that have been filled with the very first new make spirit distilled by the Caperdonich stills. I hope I make myself clear. And so this one is not on the market, but there is on the German market we have the very first single cask bottled at 73.7%. So that's a very, in that particular case we lost even more water than alcohol, and that one is available. Well, it's per definition a single cask, so there are not that much bottles, but it's available on the German market.
Well, we tasted this one yesterday, and what we have to say is remarkably smooth for 70% and perfectly drinkable. And we're looking forward to what is coming on the German market then. Thank you very much for the interview.
You're welcome.
And good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dankeschön.